Hello, writers, and welcome back to Spooky Writes, your channel all about writing. I'm your host, who's secretly a ghost, Kamal Onor. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing. I talk about all things writing on this channel. Leave a like, drop a comment, it helps the channel out a lot. And with that out of the way, let's head into the storm.
It's the raven's call, the werewolf's howl, the vampire's bite. You search through the woods for safety, but all you find is... Okay, rights.
How important is writing to you? What is writing capable of? Well, in this video, I'm sharing with you how writing saved my life, so make sure you stick around to the end. I've talked a little bit about what happened to me when I was 12 years old, and if you haven't seen that video, it will be linked somewhere here. But basically, at the age of 12, I suffered a massive stroke. Now, this event caused me to lose use of my entire left side of my body.
Up until that point, he was super athletic and wanted to be like most young boys, a professional athlete.
So after the stroke, I was no longer able to achieve this goal due to the limitations on my body, due to the damage that the stroke had done to my brain. And this caused me to lose, in a sense, my identity. It caused me to lose a lot of people who I thought were my friends at the time. You see, up until that point, I was pretty popular, being the equivalent of a high school jock in a Disney movie. But I could no longer be my old self, so instead of singing about my feelings of isolation and the feeling of loss and rejection, I began to write. I no longer had a large friend group, and I had a lot more time of isolation, a lot more time just spent alone. But this time alone gave me a lot of time to reflect and a lot of time to deeply concentrate on who I was going to become now that I no longer had full use of my body. Hemingway famously said, "The best early training for a writer is an unhappy childhood." While my early childhood wasn't necessarily unhappy, I was still forced to deal with a lot of isolation and I definitely struggled with identity and loss more than most my age. I was forced to mature and become someone new, someone unfamiliar. It was during this time spent alone that I discovered that I had an enjoyment of creating, dreaming up a strange word, a character, thinking about what came next. It allowed me to think of something other than the loss of who I was. I was able to escape reality, at least for a little while. It took time and a lot of effort at first to be able to write and read for any amount of sustained time. Because of how severe the damage was on my brain, I had to relearn how to do everything, even simple tasks such as putting on my socks. But now, being on the other end of that event, I'm thankful for the isolation. I'm thankful for the time that it gave me to think and the time it gave me to really hyper focus on who I wanted to become, on what was important to me, and it truly revealed to me the real face of the people around me. I had many people that I thought were my real friends, and when the tide went out, I quickly realized who my real friends were. I am thankful for the hardship it gave me because it all led me to writing. And honestly, writing has been the one thing that has always been there consistently and has always saved me. And has always saved me over the years. I know I can focus on whatever I'm feeling and I can turn it outward. And I can turn it into art. I can turn whatever I am concerned about, whatever is on my mind, I can turn it out and put it against a blank page. I can write, and as someone who is never supposed to be able to read again, I am thankful for the determination to stick with it. So I hope writing brings you the same joy, and may it be with you during your darkest and your brightest moments. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep it spooky. And of course, here's your writing prompt for sticking all the way through the video. Beside my bed, I discovered blank. So set your timer and start writing. Thank you so much. I also wanted to mention to all of you out there that I am going to be in the process of moving soon. So there might be a day or there might be a week or so where I take a break from uploading videos, and this will be just because I'm in transition. I'm going to be moving, so make sure you stick with this. I appreciate all the views you've given me. I appreciate all the engagement with the content. My plan is to continue to make videos. It's just that I'll be moving from one state to another state, and it might take a little while to get internet back up and running.